opposing gloves here, and in this basic digital audio video, we're going to talk about file compression, lossless, lossy, and the various file types. I'm going to stick to FL Studio, what's available in FL Studio, and I'm going to leave it there. Now, if we come over here, we see that we have export, and then we have WAV file, MP3, OGG, FLAC, and a MIDI file. Now, a WAV file is an uncompressed file. It's as it originally was. All the data is there. You're going to send that to the mastering engineer because all the data points are there. So when you're working with the data, all your processing, everything that he needs to work with will be there. This is a lossless format, meaning nothing is lost in this format. Now, there's a new one called a broadcast wave 64, which can encode additional information and can record for a much longer durations over the period. I think it used to be limited to a few hours, but now these new ones can record for far longer than that. Now we have MP3. MP3 is the most popular compression format, and you'll get options to render it out in bit rates. Now that just influences how compressed it is. It is what's called the lossy format, meaning it will permanently remove data from your stuff. And there's a whole bunch of interesting things they do to your song. And they went through all these studies to try and make it so that they could get the file size as small as possible without sacrificing the fidelity of the music. They use a bunch of psychoacoustic tricks. So that it's essentially taking out the stuff that you can't hear. Now, of course, some people can hear difference. It depends on what kind of converter you use, because there are different ways to achieve MP3. There were different stages it went through. It's getting improved upon all the time. So that's what MP3 is. So you do not want to send an MP3 to an engineer, because when they send it through processing and stuff, they're not going to have all the original data, and they're just going to do weird stuff. It's not going to be as effective as a WAV file. Next, we have an OGG. I'm not really going to say all that much about this, except for an FL. I believe this browser section uses OGG. They are better for streaming. For streaming audio, they were just developed to help with that. And so I believe it uses that there for speed and being able to hear things. It increases. I think it's great because it loads up samples real quick. And then last up here, we have a FLAC file. FLAC is simply another lossless file type. It's similar to the WAV file, and its job just goes about the compression differently. What is now a lossy file usually there's a couple different ways to establish it. The one I'm the most familiar with is it will compress it and then send a set of instructions on how to decompress it. And we could talk about that a bunch, but you just need to know that all your data is there. And when you copy something, you want to make sure you do a data copy. If you rip it, it's going to it goes about it a different way. And as a result, it may not be the exact same bit stream that you want. So when you're giving your file over to another musician or whatever, you want it to be a data copy, because a data copy can be exact. When you rip a file, it's not exact. So you do not want to be handing over audio CDs. You want to be handing over data CDs. So that's really important. The last thing is MIDI file. It just contains MIDI data. It's not really related to digital audio. So that's that. If you have any questions, let me know. Subscribe and have a blessed day.
Opposing gloves. Reversing.